Blessed good morning to everybody under the sound of my voice. Welcome to Inspirational Moments with Minister Rick, coming to you from Hatchet Bay, Lutheran in the Bahamas. This morning I want to talk to us on the topic, Remember Me. And I'm looking at the book of Luke chapter 23, verse 39 to 42. And one of the malefactors which were hanged on the cross railed on him, saying, If thou be the Christ, save thyself and us. But the other answering rebuked him, saying, Dost thou not fear God, seeing thou art in the same condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward for our deeds. This man has done nothing. And he said unto Jesus, Lord, remember me when thou comest into thy kingdom. And Jesus said unto him, Today thou shalt be with me in paradise. Listen, Jesus is on the cross dying between two thieves, two criminals. And one criminal on one side saying, Save yourself and save us. The other criminal says, Hey, we are being punished, getting the death penalty for the crimes we have done. But this man has done nothing. That criminal knew who Jesus was because he asked the question, Art thou not the Christ? He knew. He heard about Jesus turning water into wine. He heard about Jesus feeding the 4,000 and the 5,000. He heard about the centurion's servant being healed, Peter's mother-in-law being healed, the woman with the issue of blood being healed, blind men being healed, deaf ears being opened. He had heard about Lazarus being raised from the dead. He had heard about the widow's son being raised from the dead. He had heard about Jesus calming the sea and even walking on the sea. He had heard and seen all these things about Jesus, yet he chose not to believe. Are you in that same place today? But the other criminal had also heard and seen what Jesus had done. He rebuked the other criminal. Do you not even fear God? This man has done nothing. And in his dying moment, knowing that this was his last chance, his only hope was in Jesus, he turned to Jesus and said, Lord, remember me. And Jesus said unto him, Today thou shalt be with me in paradise. Let me tell you something. If you ask Jesus to remember you, he will remember you even today. My question is, what about the other criminal? Why didn't he do the same thing? Why didn't he ask Jesus to remember him? He had the same opportunity. He had the same time, but he chose not to do it. What about you today? Have you asked Jesus to remember you? Why not? You may not be on a cross dying today, but we are dying every day. This criminal on the cross didn't go to church. He didn't read scripture. He didn't get baptized. We don't even know his name. All we know is he turned to Jesus and said, Lord, when you're coming into your kingdom, remember me. My question to us this morning, why don't we ask Jesus to remember us? Have you asked Jesus to remember you today? You know something? If you ask Jesus to remember you, you know that he will. Sometimes we got friends and people, friends in high places, politicians, church people, neighbors, co-workers, who we ask them on occasion, man, listen, remember me. When you get that little thing, remember me. And most of the times, and some of the times, they don't even remember who we are. They forget us right away. But Jesus, he don't ever forget us. Ask him to remember you today. And if you ask him to remember you today, guess what? He will. Like the thief on the cross, turn to Jesus today and say, Lord, remember me. Selah. Think and act on these things. God bless you today.